shit and just timing and frequency, and it's impossible. So I that's why I'm not a stickler with it, because everybody's got their own thing going on. I'm in that stage of Day of the Tentacle, although it's kind of the point where I'm like, so much useless walking, time to guide up. I mean, that's another thing too, is I have a lot, you know, if I'm not enjoying a game, I'll be easily salted, and I'll lose patience. Like if it's a game I'm not having a lot of fun with, my boiling point's a lot lower for like dumb bullshit. Or if I'm just wasting time. Like you can say I'm wasting time right now, but if it's like I'm doing shit. Like it's like I got a lot of shit I want to do too. It's like I want to go through all the games and do most everything, but it's like there's a fucking point where it's like I have fucking other things I can do too, you know. Like super bosses and JRPGs, it's like they're really cool, and if I could fight them right away, I would. But usually it's a waste of my time. Too much grinding and shit to set up, and especially for like a stream. I mean, usually I'm not one to be like, oh man, this isn't a good stream game. This isn't a good stream activity. If I cared about that, I would press X about 10 minutes ago. But that's one of those times where it's like it does kind of matter, right? Like nobody wants to really watch me grind for 10 fucking hours. I don't want to watch it. If I don't want to do it, somebody don't want to watch it. It's just kind of like a cherry on top of the fucking cake thing. I have no mouth and I must scream, almost need guides. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, you know, I always say Shadow, Final Fantasy VI, Odin, like, there's a dude in there, he's like, hey man, you know, there's some shit that I don't think you're ever gonna find here. I you know, like, if you want to run around for a while or some shit, I can't remember what he said. He was real tasteful about it. I think I'd already ran around there and he's like, hey man, you know, you're gonna miss something and it's extremely hard to find. Do you want me just to tell you? And it's like, oh yeah, man. Or, you know, something like that. You like wait around. It's like that shit's cool. Like I would never see it. I would never know. You know, like a lot of real content. But then games like La Mulana, it's like I don't want a single fucker to say a goddamn word. 'Cause that's the game, man. It's like, how can you fucking figure that shit out on your own and find it? It's like, there's just some games and sometimes where it's good and sometimes it's bad. It's like, and that was like the point. It's like I didn't want any help, because as soon as you get help on La Milana, it was kind of like a failing. You know, I was like, I don't want help. Like that's the whole point, is figuring it out. Like figuring out like a puzzle in like Yakuza or something. Like I wouldn't give a fuck, man. Full autismal, yeah. There's a heavy dose of fucking autism. Single player for Yakuza like that. It's like what? Sorry, I was ranting for so long in the chat delay. I didn't know which part you might be talking about. Yeah, we went full autism mode, man. But I loved it, man. It was fun. We had a good community for it. It's good dudes, man. They wanted just to watch you fail for 10 hours. You know, everybody was really respectful about it. That's just kind of the community for that game, you know? Like, that's the point I like the game. And the people who are still watching it are the people who, like, kind of respect that a good bit. Like, it's not like it's a brand new game with a bunch of random fuckers. It's like people still watching that shit. It's been out for a while, so it's like it was a good community, which was really great. I mean, there wasn't even that many like vague things, and if there was, I mean, shit. So it's Godo or somebody put a fucking stop to it, right? There's one thing we got like a little bit of hint on, and I regret that even. Fuck. No, don't worry about it, Hop. I mean, I feel like you got a guilty conscience or some shit, but you're fine, man. We're not like indirectly roasting you. I've been streaming for fucking years, so you get like serious cases of that shit. It's funny. I just felt like ranting about it. Maybe it was an inopportune moment to be ranting. It'll make you feel like you're getting roasted. It's fine. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. The trophy thing's fine, man. You know, that kind of shit's cool. Like, it doesn't have... There's nothing wrong with it. It's not affecting the playthrough. It's an interesting thing. And I would have went for it. I just... At the time, I just didn't feel like getting the trophy. That's all it was. I was just like, fuck it, man. I'm sitting here. Let's just go. It's like the fucking... I'd rather have 4 minutes than the trophy at that point. That's how it was. Watching people experience things, oh yeah, for sure, man. No, you've been good about not ruining any of the story or any of those experiences, man. I agree with you, man. I mean, I'm not trying to scare anybody off of talking about shit. I don't mean it like that. If I could pull up a list of like examples, I would. Let me just talk about it because it's funny. But there's people who are really bad about it. There's people who are like, take fucking command of the fucking run, man. Like, and I'm not saying it's you. Don't take it that way. I would let you know if it's you. I don't got that much patience for that shit. I would ask nicely, but like, hey, you know, easy on me. You know, I'm usually, hey, you know, let me take control of my own run and all that shit. But there's people who are like playing fucking through you, man. They're like, I am playing the game through this person. Those people are fucking instantly fucking aggravating, man. I'm always nice about it. I'm respectful about it, but if those people keep going for more than like 15 minutes, man, I'm like, dude, I'll get a little more short on, but hey, man, you know, it's like, I appreciate it. Can you hold off a little bit, man? I gotta have my run. That's good. You know, it's my first time. Like, easy on me. Usually they fucking leave, man. People like that are not good about taking friendly, like, turn downs. It's like, I'm not even trying to turn down them talking about shit or giving any advice. It's just like, I'm just like, god damn, man. They're like, I open up a menu and it's like, put these stats here, put those stats there. You need to walk around this corner. And it's like, I haven't even fucking gotten a chance to move, man. I'm like, oh, you gotta stop, man. Somebody did that in Final Fantasy VI, man. And he came back multiple times, man, over a couple days, and every time I was like, dude, you gotta stop, man. He stopped coming after the last time I told him off. Like, he must have heard a line out. Yeah. Hopefully nothing I'm saying makes it seem like I'm a fucking asshole, man. Life is strange for the first time. That shit's so good to be back to story over time. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't see why people do that shit on story games, man. Like, that's the whole point, dude. Like, man, you shouldn't have to want to, like, not stream something. I mean, I've never had that personally feel, but, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, I don't want to stream this. This is community, X community, the game. It's like in a perfect world, everybody respects the playthrough, and you can still enjoy a community along with it. I mean, you're never gonna have the exact same experience playing a game through a stream. I mean, there's just distractions. There's a certain level of not having as much immersion. I mean, look at me right now. I'm not even playing the game, I'm just talking. Like, am I immersed in this? Like, not that much probably, but I'm trading it out for something I prefer, you know. That's why I try to make sure the game's like important, at least to me and shit. Like right now we're kind of tapering, but that's because it's near the end of the day. Fans of a certain game, the elitist fans, especially for a game that's not super easy or story based, or can get pretty extreme. I think the worst I can think of, Kingdom Hearts had a lot of autism, more than it had a lot of bad backseating or like straight spoilers, which is mean to say, but I mean, you could imagine the Kingdom Hearts community. It's entertaining, but for the wrong reasons sometimes. And God forbid you said something bad about Kingdom Hearts while you're streaming it, man. That's one thing people don't. Sometimes people, I feel like, I've never had anybody get like angry or nothing, but like, I feel like people might get turned away, like lurkers and shit. It's all like Gorilla Game. Like, they're like, if you're not fucking totally sucking the game's dick, that means you hate it, you know? It's like, I could think a game's a fucking 9 out of 10, but I'll talk about a bunch of negative shit in it. It doesn't mean I don't think it's a 9 out of 10. It's just like, sometimes it's interesting to pick apart stuff and compare it to other shit. I mean, we don't play as many games as we do to just sit here and be like, 10 out of 10, bro, and then never say anything again. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's like I'm talking for like 16 hours a day. Sometimes I'm gonna talk about things that aren't just positive. Last minute of the stream, effectively grind something they're complaining about grinding. If the last minute stream to get out of nowhere, calling, go ask someone else. Let's study by server, click, closing it and banning me. Yeah, I mean, some people, dude, they'll complain, but at the end of the day, it still matters more to them to be doing it on their own. I mean, it's one of those things, like, if they're going to complain about it, and complain about it a lot, then they can't be surprised that somebody might want to help them. I mean, that situation, I would just be like, hey, man, you know, if you want, there's a better way to do this. If you want to do it your way, it's totally cool, man. You know, I can tell you. And usually people do that with me. I'll be, you know, I'll hold off. Like, I'll be complaining about something, and then they'll be like, hey, do you want this advice? I'll be like, yeah, I'll hold off for a bit. I usually, even if I'm complaining, I've still got a good, like, half-hour patience left in me. I just got to fill the airwaves. So a lot of times, it's not the most positive things. What else we got? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucked that he just kind of didn't say anything the entire time and then got pissed at you at the end. It's like, you gotta let people know before it gets to that point. And then if they want to respect how you feel, then that's up to them at that point. It's the ball's in their court. You gotta be nice about it. Say it early. You don't let fucking shit you don't want in your chat go for like 10 years. Like a normal conversation, man. It's like... Everyone stream Undertale, the community. The community's like, I don't know, I wouldn't call them like mean. It's kind of like the Kingdom Hearts, kind of like autismo. Reminds me like Naruto, kind of like the anime. Like, they don't seem like bad people or mean people, but it's kind of like too hug boxy. Is that, I don't know if I want to use that buzzword, but a little too fanboyish. I don't know. It's a little too funky. Good game though. Chivalry, yeah, I can imagine Chivalry. Really like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I like Kingdom Hearts a lot too. It's just got an interesting community. Yeah, I mean, some people are like, they're fucking fuming, they want to die, but at the end of the day, their pride and like them getting it done still matters more. It's weird. That's why it's kind of that for up to them to say shit sometimes. It's not everybody's like that, which is totally fine. Can like a game, say it's the greatest game ever in your own book, but you can't shove your opinion on someone else. Yeah. I feel like you're thinking about that guy who's talking about Resident Evil. What was it, 0 or 3 or something? I remember you talking about that. Yeah, it's like, I like having discussions. I like, you know, people who have like contrary opinions about shit. As long as it's not like emotionally fueled, or they're just trying to be contrarian for like no reason. Like if they got a totally different opinion, dude, it's cool. I like talking about it, man. Like if everybody's just like, I love it, I love it too, we all love it, and then we don't say nothing about it other than that, it's like, okay. It's like, I don't know. I feel like you can figure out why something's good or bad more. Maybe chit chat about the pros and the cons a little deeper. Actually, the best video game series ever, and Tama's the best anime, on Spicy Crab Sushi's the best food ever. I mean, it's like you can say that too. It's totally fine saying shit like that. It's just like respecting others' opinions, man. It's like when somebody says that, and then some other guy's like, fuck you, man, that ain't right. Or like, if you don't like this shit, you're a fucking loser. Like, I'll say shit like that as a fucking joke. Like, somebody will say some stupid shit in here, or somebody will say some shit that I totally don't agree with. I'm like, yeah, I respect your opinion, man. I'll give him a little shit talk. I've done that with Guardian, man. I'll give him a little shit talk. But at the end of the day, man, I got no problem with somebody having their opinions. It's not like they're wrong, especially if they like try to back it up at all. Everybody fucking thinks different things about shit. Catch up here. Stream Undertale, Chivalry, Kingdom Hearts. My baseball bat, I'll meet you behind the club. Yeah, I mean, that's how it always is, man. Nobody wants to be told they're wrong for something that's like an opinion or doesn't have like an objective truth to it. Like, that's not like a fact or something. It's just annoying, because then you're like hitting on somebody's pride or calling them a piece of shit for something that's like, I mean, it's just your opinion, you know. It's like you can't, of course people are gonna get mad. Like, you don't force that shit on others, man. Everybody does their own thing, man. Everybody lives differently in different ways, believing in different things. It's not to say there's not shit that like, it's not to say like everything's right. I mean, there's some things that are right and wrong. And there's better ways to do certain things. No, it's more about people just respecting what others are thinking about and shit. How they handle what they fucking say and their arguments instead of fucking unloading emotion on people. Should More elaborate. I'm too trained for a guy with a bat to beat me. Yakuza beat me by slamming a firebase full of head during my head. So my favorite card over. That's been fun sometimes. When I get up. All I did, 1/2 my health bar. Code Veronica sucks, but I like the other games in the series, but not that one. Never spoke again. Okay, 4 through 6. One of the 4 through 6 dudes. I played 4 through 6 before I played any of the other ones, but I really like the RE1 remake, and I thought 0 was cool. Both Revelations were solid. I'm looking forward to RE2 remake, and then I'll just probably play 3 and Code Veronica with or without remakes after 2. Yeah, little shit talk's good, man. If we're all in like this very fragile hug box where one fucking negative comment puts people on tilt, then it's not good, man. I'm a big shit talk kind of guy, though. Sometimes I feel like maybe I shit talk too much. Some people just take it. And it's hard to tell if some people are like actually salty. Or they don't. Some people don't know I'm just like shit talking a lot. Damn, I'm hungry as fuck, but I'm just gonna starve because it's time for bed, but I'm still gonna keep going. Ink ribbons ruin the experience. The stress of having limited saves doesn't make anything fun. Yeah, I mean you've got a. It's leaning heavily on the classics. I mean everybody likes fucking RE4, man. If you don't like RE4, you're a fucking contrarian piece of shit. see, that's a joke, man. I mean it a little bit, but if you really feel that way, it's fine, man. I don't care that much. It's obvious where I stand, but I ain't gonna be like, wow, if you don't like RE4, you can get out. You know, like there's people like that. I mean, yeah, limited saves is stressful. I don't like it. Just being able to save all the time's nice, and losing progress isn't really anything I've ever considered like fun in a game. It's rare that a game like losing progress has ever been like awesome. But there's enough where it's not a big deal. Games aren't that hard where it's like you have to worry about flying back a lot. But yeah, still, I mean, I know what you're saying. It's one of those mechanics I feel like it's forgiven maybe for being like old school, and it's really like not good at its core, and there's a reason it's not around anymore. Kind of like camp, honestly. Most of the crazy for 5 and 6 are it's not like earlier games. You like the campiness, or I mean 5's a great hybrid of like 4 with a lot more action. 6 is a great third-person shooter. It just kind of stumbles in most other places. It's a great co-op game. I liked 5 and 6. I thought 4 was a good balance of taking it. Like, I thought it was a good, like, you know, we're taking a new direction, but still creepy. 5 and 6 kind of like take the action half and kind of just keep going with it, which is cool. But I'm glad they made like Revelations to like make up for that a little bit. The thing with 6 is it was mediocre in too many spots. I don't think people really hate 5 unless they just hate the classic, or they hate that it's not a classic anymore. But I feel like 6 actually has issues. When someone says they don't like Firefly, then they're wrong. Need to rewatch until they like it. So I'm correct, yeah. I mean, there's shit I feel like that about. I'm like, you know, like this shit's good. I think it's objectively great. I respect your opinion to not think it's good, but it's like, You wrong. Jesus, I'm hungry as fuck. I never watched The Walking Dead. I played it. I don't have interest in it really. I've heard it gets too shitty in the later seasons. It's too much time investment for nothing. Alright. Sorry, we do like a couple lines of dialogue. I'd rather get this dialogue done than I'll catch up with chat. Okay, we're gonna save.